My name is Joel Waters. I'm the Study Abroad Coordinator for the Eberly College of Science. My goal was to generate content so that our students here on campus who were thinking about education abroad opportunities, who were considering committing to such a program, would have as much information as possible, as much experience that they could see as possible from their peers before they had to commit a substantial amount of resources, a substantial amount of time to that program. In my experience, in my view, the more a student can prepare themselves ahead of time for a program, not just academically, but what it will be like for them to travel outside of the country. Many of these students, have not traveled outside the U.S., have not traveled outside the Northeast. Some haven't traveled outside of Pennsylvania for, their entire lives. So traveling to an entirely new continent where the culture is different, where the language is different, where everything that they've learned and gotten used to is completely different, can be a big deal for them, is usually a big deal. So as much as they can use footage that their peers have taken in the past, where they can really kind of put themselves in their peers' shoes, where they can really say, that's somebody who looks like me, or who's about my age, or is from my academic background. As much as they can do that ahead of time to sort of mentally prepare themselves for that inevitable culture shock, then the more likely it is that they'll be able to see themselves going to Costa Rica, going to Kenya, going to Switzerland, and say, yeah, I can do that too. So when I brought these VR materials to promotional events, I've actually brought students who have done these programs with me to kind of pitch their experience to other students. It's the VR materials that I think are some of the most engaging. They see those VR goggles on the table and a little sign that I make that says, step into one of our programs, walk alongside one of our students. That really catches their attention, and they're really seeing through the eyes of their peers. They're really seeing through the eyes of other science-focused students, of other STEM students who did this program, who fit it in, who made it work into their lives and their academic plans, and they can really see empirical evidence that, yeah, I can do this too. Yeah, so I really couldn't have done any of this without IMEX. I would have been totally at a loss of where to start. The amount of time, at least from my perspective, the amount of time that IMEX has committed to not just helping me get set up and getting the cameras themselves and getting me trained, but also just working on the footage itself has been spectacular and, again, from my perspective, very generous. My overall goal is to put together a VR library, a library of immersive experiences abroad. This is the best possible resource for that. From now on, I will not let one of our faculty members go abroad without a 360 camera. The opportunity, the recruitment opportunity in the future for their program is just too good to give up. It's too useful for them to go abroad now and not get this footage. The best recruitment tool we have is student-to-student referrals. Right, that's the best thing when it can just spread organically and we don't have to do a whole lot of work. There's not a lot of top-down telling them what to do, but there's a lot of just their peers around campus talking about their experiences and, hey, you should do this too, right? So I feel like these immersive videos have really kind of opened the world to our students back home and have made it more realistic for a lot of students here on campus to see themselves in one of these international opportunities.